Hi, welcome to the video on the plotting an HR diagram. To get started, make sure you have these handouts. They may be on the same sheet, so double-sided, or you may have two separate ones, which will make your life a lot easier. So on one sheet, you will have the directions along with the stars that you're going to plot, and the other sheet is your grid where you will plot them. So the directions say, plot the luminosity, which is the brightness, on the y-axis, and the temperature, which K is Kelvin, on the x-axis. So luminosity on the y-axis and temperature on the x-axis. Place each star in the proper location on the graph according to its luminosity temperature coordinate pair. Label dots with letters that correspond to the star plotted. You can see on this handout that in the table you have the labels that you're going to use and the names of the stars. You also have the luminosity and temperatures you're going to plot. In addition to the temperature, you can use the colors that are here, red, orange, etc., to color in the dots with colored pencils or highlighters or markers. So I'm going to show you how to do a few of these just to get you started so you can follow along with your handout. We're going to do A and B together, and then we'll also do P and Q. All right, let's start with A and B. So the luminosity here is 10,000 and the temperature is 3,000 Kelvin. So what I need to do is, remember, this is going to go on my x-axis. The x-axis is the horizontal. You see how it says Kelvin here? And the 10,000 will be on my y-axis. All right, so I need to find 3,000 comma 10,000. So I'm going to start here. Found 3,000, and then I'm going to go up to 10,000, and that will be my first dot here, and I'm going to label that A. So I just plotted this first star, Antares, here. All right, let's do Barnard star next. That's star B. This time the luminosity is 0.001 and the temperature is 3,000. So again, I like to start on my x-axis, so I find 3,000. And then I'm going to go up to it where it's 0.001. So that's 0.001, 3,000, and that gives me B. Okay, so these two were quite easy because they were on the line. These coordinates were on each line. But sometimes you're going to have to estimate. So let's take a look at two examples where you may have to estimate. We're going to look at P and Q. So let's start with P. P has a luminosity of 100 and a temperature of 9,000. So on the x-axis is 9,000 and luminosity is 100. All right, so but if I look on my x-axis, there's no 9,000 on my x-axis, so I have to figure out where that is, sort of like you would use a number line. Looking at my numbers, I know that 9,000 will be somewhere between 11,000 and 7,500, okay? So, and if I look at that scale there, 9,000 is somewhere sort of in between. It's like 1,500 away from 7,500 and 2,000 away from 11,000. So it's really kind of in the middle, a little closer to the 7,500. So I'm going to try and go in the middle, but a little closer to the 7,500. So I'll say like about there. And that's where I would be on the x coordinate. So that's how I get my 9,000 for my P. I'll show you again. So P will be 9,000. And then I will scroll up to the 100 for the luminosity. All right, so again, 9,000 is about here, and I can just go ahead and if I want to, just mark it on my thing. And then I'm going to scroll up to 100, which will be about here. And so that's my P. All right, let's take a look at Q. So Q, that star, Altair, has a temperature of 9,000, so it's going to be the same part on the x-axis as Mizar. However, the luminosity is 90. It's a little less than 100. So if I look on my scale, here is my 9,000, my 90 is going to be a little less than my 100. And I noticed that on the y-axis, it goes 10 and then 100, that means I can kind of think of these as increments of 10. And if I keep it as increments of 10, I know how far from the 100 I need to be. So I'll bet a tenth of that, so just a little further down, and that's going to be my Q. Okay, so here I have, this point is 9,000, comma 100, and this point is 9,000, comma 90. You don't have to add this, but I'm writing this so you can see. So sometimes you have to estimate it. All right, once you have all of your points that you are required to plot plotted on this graph, you can then go back with a colored pencil, like kind of like I did here, and sort of color so you can see what the colors look like. I left the white ones white, and but everything else I colored in with the colors. Sometimes the stars will overlap, so you'll have two stars at the same point, but they do have different colors. That does happen sometimes. So in the case where that happens, you can color in both colors if you would like. All right, I hope you found this video helpful for how to complete the plotting the HR diagram. Have a quality day.